First things first, we're gonna preheat the oven to a groovy 450 degrees. Yeah, man. Next things next, we're gonna need a can of chicken gravy or gravy with chicken in it. The more the merrier. Yeah. And we're gonna heat it up so it starts boiling. Then we're gonna also have some rosemary in there to your liking, to your flavor. Crush it up and make it a little bit more, you know, flavorful. The more you crush it, the more the fragrance is released. I'd say that's enough, just that much. After the gravy and the rosemary, we're gonna have a can of cream of mushroom soup or cream of chicken soup or the cream of your choice. This is gonna be so good. And then look, there's usually extras in here. So you just have to get a spatula and scoop it out. Always have things ready by your cooking station. So kind of prepare and then see what you might need, like a spatula or something extra. Happy Halloween, you guys. So after the rosemary, the can of cream of chicken soup or mushroom soup or whatever soup, whatever your flavor is, and the gravy, we're gonna blend those all together. And then we are going to chop an onion, 1 tablespoon of onion. How much is 1 tablespoon? I don't know. I think you should do things to your liking. I'd say I'm gonna cut off about that much. This is going in a 2-quart casserole dish. So the size is 8 by 8, and then on the bottom it usually says 2 quarts. So an 8 by 8 inch dish. Or if you're European, you're working in centimeters. So that's 20 by 20 centimeters or 1.9 liters for those educated folks. And the time is cutting onion time. So I'm gonna cut maybe like 1/4 of the onion. I think that's enough for my taste. And of course you wanna peel these layers here. Don't eat those. Those are bad. Those are for composting in the garden. Haha, all right. So you're gonna mince it, which means chop it very finely. That's right. Yeah, so thanks for joining me on this special spooky Halloween edition of the Golden Hour. I'm not mincing this very well because I actually really like my onion thick. It's a personal preference. The recipe, ow, burnt. The cauldron of fire just like, ow, that really hurt. Ouch. This is not an outtake because that got hot really fast. Be careful. Spooky. So it says to mince the onion. That means chop it really finely, but I like it thick. And it depends on your personal preference, but you know, you can always cut it up as thinly as you like it. I'd say that's a good amount right there. They said a tablespoon. That's what the recipe called for. But I'm gonna just use about 1/4 of an onion. So, throw this in there, let it heat up some, and we'll be back with your special heated sauce. The next ingredient is 1 8-ounce can of peas, but if you don't have canned peas, please use the frozen peas because they're the same thing, or the garden peas, you know. A pea's a pea, and they're all delicious. So normally you would just use this mixture and put it straight in the casserole dish, but since we're using frozen peas, I'm gonna throw some in there and heat them up first too. Oh, they're so frozen. Oh man, I got them. So an 8-ounce can or half of a bag of frozen peas. Look at that. All right. I'm gonna heat these guys up. And while we're at it, I think it's gonna go a lot better if we heat the mushrooms up too. Yay, canned mushrooms! I love mushrooms! So this is a 3-ounce can of mushrooms, drained. Uh-oh, I got a 6-ounce can? What do I do? Oh, I'm gonna split it in half. That's what I'm gonna do. All right. Ah, don't look at my dirty sink. I was supposed to clean it before this video. I'm sorry, everybody. But it's like so totally. So I'm gonna use half of a 6-ounce can, heat it up with the peas and the gravy mixture. Yay! 3 ounces of mushrooms, sliced. Break it all apart. Come back when it's boiling. We'll see you then. Ooh. So now what we need is a can of chicken or a freshly boiled breast of chicken, whichever you prefer. But I think it's easier to do it from the can. You'll need about 5 ounces and drain it, please. This time don't look at my dirty sink. Thank you. Look how that mixture is bubbling. Ain't that great? I think it's a far out recipe. I'm gonna enjoy myself with some chicken and biscuit pie. So, this is 5 ounces of chicken, any way you like it. Drain it. And then it's good to have it diced. So what you wanna do, this is one of the last steps, second to the last step. What you need to do is pour this bubbling hot mixture of peas, mushrooms, onions, gravy, cream of mushroom soup, and rosemary right into a 2-quart casserole dish. And then on top of that, I have all the ingredients in the casserole dish except for the chicken, which you have to like sprinkle throughout and stir. It's cooked canned chicken. Oh, the oven's warm enough. This is almost the perfect timing. Hooray! So spread the chicken evenly throughout the mixture. And then, last things last. Well, soak your pan too if you need to. So what you're going to do is take a can of biscuits. This is so much fun. Cut the biscuit into thirds. Watch your fingers here, please. I'd say, to be honest, maybe quarters would be easier. Yes. So you're gonna put the point up like that. So all throughout this dish here, would you look at that? It's a chicken and biscuit pie about to go into the oven. And now I'm going to place this chicken and biscuit pie into the oven for 15 minutes at 450 degrees. Watch it carefully because the biscuit tops can burn. Wow. Wow. Oh, hey, look at this, it's all bubbling. That's great. It's killer, man. Oh, wow. Wow, look, it it leaked out. Oh, look at that biscuit top with the bubbling bottom. I cannot wait to eat this. I bet that it will take about an hour to cool down.